Yes, now it's working. Where am I? Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Nora, a HundrED researcher and also project coordinator. And I'm also a student in the University of Helsinki. I'm doing my master's degree on special education, still like with my work. And yes, my background is in early childhood education. I'm a kindergarten teacher, and yeah, now I'm studying also special education, and that's basically what my heart is saying to me. We have also here Vilma, which is one of HundrED Youth Ambassadors, and we have an honor to have her as a guest in this Facebook Live. Can you tell a bit about yourself and how did you find HundrED Youth Ambassador community?
Yeah, first, my name is Vilma. I'm 18 and I'm a high school student. I'm in my last year at the moment, so I will be graduating this summer. And well, I found the HundrED Youth Ambassador community through my dad. He told me basically that there's like an organization called HundrED, and they have this youth ambassador community. But then I started like looking up what it is and researching, and then I decided that, okay, this is something I want to be part of. So I applied, and well, now I'm here. So
yes, and that's great. I have a few questions for you, so we get to know a bit more better you. And yeah, let's go with the questions. Yeah. Maybe next. What is your favorite part about being a student in Finland?
Well, the best thing for me is that I have this opportunity to be able to study anything I want. I can just like pick and choose what education I want. And after that, I can, if I have that education, I can, work with almost anything. So you don't have any you can work with almost, you can get to be anything you want and you have that opportunity. You don't have to be rich for it, So I'm really glad I have this opportunity. The only thing it takes you have to be motivated. I have to be motivated, or if not, then it doesn't work.
Yeah. How does Finnish education provide you the freedom to take control of your own education?
I kind of went into it, but we have this system that provides you to take control of your own education that way that you can choose any education you want that we provide here. And also after that, you can work yourself to the top. You can become almost anything. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't depend on your income. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a specific race or anything. You just have to be motivated and really eager to learn. And that's really good because then you have all the opportunities you want.
Yeah. What do you want to see more of in education?
Yeah, well, in primary school, I got to go to Turkey and stay with a host family there for a week. And then in secondary school, I had a Greek student living in my house for a week. So, she taught me a bit about Greek culture, and I taught her about Finnish culture. And also in secondary school, I got to go to Germany and stayed there with a host family. And later on, they came actually over to my house and stayed there also for a week. And I've just been this summer to, in collaboration with high school and all that, I went to China and got to stay there. And I'm also going to be joining an art project soon that I'm going to go to Barcelona and Madrid. And all these trips have been in collaboration with my school. Mm-hmm. And, I got to learn firsthand about these all different cultures and languages. And I think I want everyone to have that opportunity since, you can't actually learn about these cultures through reading or not. It's you can, but it's not the same thing as, learning it firsthand and actually going there and seeing it. Mm-hmm. So, I want everyone to have that opportunity to go. Whether or not you have that kind of money, not everyone has that kind of money to go abroad, just like that. So that's why I wanted to be a part of the school system, so everyone can go outside their own bubble.
Yeah, you have many experiences from other countries. What are your dreams for the future?
Well, I definitely want to start at University of Helsinki, but then I also want to keep like my options open for the future, because like I want to work with people and people with different backgrounds. So that's why I've kind of thought about social work, but it's not like anything that like decided yet. Because there's also like I want to encounter different work opportunities that I don't know about yet. Jobs that may be created in the future that doesn't exist yet. Those kind of things. So I kind of that's why I want to leave things like open for the future.
Sounds good and smart also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had maybe some questions for me too that I can answer.
Well, yeah. What do you think makes Finnish education like interesting?
I think Finnish education is interesting because we have strong public system, kind of the same things you already said, that the education is free here and everyone has the right to go to school. So I think it's really like important part of Finnish education. And also I think what is interesting that we have quite strong these welfare systems too in schools and education overall. So Finland is also taking care of students' well-being, and we have systems that kind of is taking care of that part too. So I think that's quite good and interesting in the Finnish education system.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part about growing up and being a kid in Finland?
I'm from Keuro, which is like really small town in the middle of Finland, and I think now there is less than 10,000 people living there, so it's really small. And I think it was the best place to live and also go to school. So I think we had like this small community there, and yeah, it was, I think, learning new things there and growing up was a good thing for me. So yeah, that's my like broad memory of that.
And so what advice would you give your past self?
I would say to my past self that the road is not going to be straight. There are going to be like many turns and ups and downs that you just, maybe I would say to my former self that you don't have to be too hard on yourself. You will find your way in the future. And also I think that ups and downs and turns are the interesting parts in the like whole journey. So just embrace those moments and also, embrace those moments and be open to what will come.
Yeah, I think many people can relate to that too.
Yes.
So what made you want to become a special education teacher? And what does special education look like in Finland?
So I wanted to be a special education teacher because so I kind of want that my job has a real meaning. And I think special education teacher job is you have really a meaning in your work. And it's something that, like I said in the beginning, it's something my heart tells me to do. So I think it's really I found it that it's my thing.
Okay.
And I think special education now in Finland, I think we should remember that we should put always the child in the center of everything. So the conversation that's happening should remember that situations are different, children are different. You can't just like say one thing and one structure which is good for everyone. We should remember that different situations and different structures work to different children in a different ways.
Yeah.
So we should always remember to put the children's needs and their best in the center.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah. And then, so you were talking about the trip you take to China,
Yeah.
or already were. So how about that? Can you tell me a bit more about that trip?
Yeah, I mean, it was like definitely a once a lifetime opportunity for me, and it was like so much more than I had expected. I mean, it was like from 29 different countries. You know, it was like all these different cultures there, and I really had the opportunity to like learn from these different cultures. I also had different like I asked people about their like education system, what they thought about that, because I want this is like it was a great opportunity to learn about it, since you know they were there in person, you know, standing in front of me. So I had this great opportunity to learn about it.
Yeah.
And so it was really an eye-opener, because I learned so many things that I'd never be able to learn like through paper or like computer just reading, because it was like so much more. And we also had this like in the end we had this like cultural booth exhibition where we all had this like stand, and everyone's like presented their culture.
Yeah.
And it was like so many different cultures, so many different colors and smells, and like just like it was so many different cultures like at the same place.
Yeah.
And it was a really great experience.
Sounds really valuable.
Yeah.
And especially when you have been like talking with people and hearing their experiences from different countries.
Exactly.
For example, what kind of insights you had during that?
Well, I thought about like education systems. I didn't know that much about different education systems. I had some idea how I got them from school, but I got so much bigger picture from like asking people about their education systems and how it works and what they think of them. So I got that insight I would have gotten unless I went there.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful I got to go there, because I learned so many new things.
That's great. How about HundrED innovation? Do you have some like innovations that you especially like or you want to tell about?
Yeah, well, one I've like used myself in school and like had first hand like experience with is like HundrED. So you basically, because I think it's great because it's almost like a game, or it's built up like a game, but it's also like you learn from it. And from my experience, people want to learn because they want to win it, and they want to learn everything because they want to be the best and they want to learn it. So I think it's like a great way to like motivate you into learning. And people also, when they have the opportunity to like choose, can we have a HundrED? People take that like step into actually asking if we can have that. So I think it's like a great motivator. It also is kind of like, it doesn't work for everyone, of course. Not everyone is that competitive, but it really works for the ones that are like really competitive and they want to like it. It pretty much makes you want to be more motivated and like know things. So that's why I think it's really great.
That's really valuable. Hear your insights on it and also your experiences, because you've experienced Kahoot.
Yeah. Also, I think it's like rules of empathy that I read about. They had this like workshops for different kind, like for children, basically preschool or kindergarten age, and supposed to make them more empathetic and more like sharing and caring about others. And also, it's supposed to like you're supposed to like make them like prevent aggressive behavior, and it's supposed to like prevent bullying. And I think that's like those qualities like empathy and like, you know, to share and being caring, you know, that's like stuff we need like in the future too. So I think it's really great that they get to learn it from such a young age, and like to prevent aggressive behavior and bullying. That's something we always need.
Yeah.
So I think that sounds like a really great innovation.
Yeah, true.
So I'd like to hear more about the innovation that you're excited about, like in special education.
Actually, when you were talking about the rules of empathy, that's something I've also thought of as a special education perspective. I think you can, I think we shouldn't maybe like say that special education innovations are different, because I think every children need, and all of the children need, for example, innovations like roots of empathy.
Yeah.
Also the ones that have some sort of difficulties maybe learning or something like that. So I think that's like really good example of the empathy growing innovation. And also what I would say, the learning, I have to cheat that I will say it right, learning space design lab, which is from Denmark. So I think that's kind of like innovative way to gather the teachers, to communicate, and also to kind of like collaborate in the means that they would create more innovative spaces for all kind of learners. So yeah, I would say also that.
Okay.
Maybe we should check if we have some questions come up. No, not any questions. Do you have something you would want to say from your point of view, or about HundrED Youth Ambassador community? Or
well, I have to say that I'm really glad I joined the Youth Ambassador community. This actually has been like a great experience so far. So, I mean, I really do recommend it. You know, I think it's really good.
Yes, that's great. I don't think we have any more.
No. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, this is the time for questions. Yeah, maybe we just, you can send also the questions like afterwards, so
yeah,
we can answer from our perspective to some questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining our Facebook Live. It was really valuable to hear what you have to say and your insights. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
And for the audience too, kiitos, että olitte mukana.
Ja, tack för att vi fick komma. Hoppas ni har haft glädje av den här vårt live här.
Yes. So,
thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.
Woo.